Hi, this is your Troop 3543 president for the year 2019 to 2020, Caitlin Jones, here to just lay out the rules of this election as this is the first time we're doing an online election. The rules when voting are as follows. To be eligible to vote, you must be involved in the troop. This is defined as someone who has filled out our points forms for both the fall and spring semesters, i.e., you should be inducted or on track to being an inducted Thespian. Do not talk with others while the form is open about who you will vote for. Watch all the speeches before you vote. Make sure to leave a comment on the video or a message to the Remind confirming that you've watched the video. This is important as it lets us know that you have indeed watched the video, which is integral to voting. Your vote matters. Please, when voting, don't just vote for your friends. Vote for the people you feel are the most competent for the job and will represent Thespians well. With that in mind, thank you, enjoy the speeches, vote wisely.
Hi everyone, my name is Abigail Bensman and I'll be a senior next year. I was inducted into this troupe my freshman year and I would love to be one of your Thespian officers next year. I'm very passionate about theater and would love to share my enthusiasm while making sure that this is an inclusive group where everyone feels welcomed and supported. A way that I've shown my support for members of our troupe is that I have attended almost every intracurricular show done in this department for every grade level for the past 3 years. You have and always will see me cheering on my fellow actors. I'm responsible and I have a really strong work ethic and would love to be able to help our directors whenever they need it. We all know that high school can really suck, and I want everyone to feel like they could come and talk to me if they need anything, like information, advice, or just questions about the department. I'd like to implement a big little sister/brother program so every underclassman would be paired with an upperclassman to support them, whether that's getting a ride to a troupe night or just having someone to talk to at intermission. Plus, we could have a really fun reveal party at the beginning of the school year. My other goal would be visibility. Our current officers have done a really good job at advertising all of our shows through social media and even using social media as a platform to keep everyone well informed about upcoming events and deadlines and dates, and I would definitely want to continue that. Additionally, I'd want to make sure that our shows are advertised outside of the troupe as well. We could have a Dragon print shop print up some posters like the ones we used for Tarzan and hang them around town in local shops like Nikki's Pizza, Lamppost Coffee. This would bring more of the community in, therefore more funds for our department. So, wash your hands for 4-8 counts so we can get back to rehearsals soon. Please vote for me, Abigail Bensman.
My name's Faith. I was inducted to Troop 3543 my freshman year, and even though I'm only a sophomore, I've really found a home here. So I really want to make that my priority as an officer, make sure everyone's comfortable, including the incoming members, and I think everyone's done a really good job of that, so I want to keep that going. Also, I do want to continue the communication aspect. I think that's really important, keeping the troop informed and aware of everything that's going on. The officers this year have done a really good job of that. But I do have some of my own ideas. I think having a dedicated troop night to work on songs and lines and specific scenes would really help people, become more productive. Keeping each other accountable is definitely going to help. But also, for our incoming members, making them more comfortable. Like I said, if you have a structured format, then there's going to be less people who are feeling intimidated by the social aspect. So friendships will be formed that way. Working on theater, which, this is a Thespian troupe, so I think we should all, be involved in our theater lives. I mean, we're all involved in different classes, and so to see different pieces of that, too, would be really cool. And then also, I think if we have more publicity for our plays and our musicals that, are more minor than, like the big ones that we have every year, putting flyers out in the hallway instead of just on the call board, so people outside of theater who, are interested in seeing them, I've talked to people, can see them and knows what's going on. And then also maybe a dedicated section of the school email would be helpful. So that way we have a digital and a physical format. Thank you guys for your time. Hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.
Hi, my name is Samuel Davis. I'm running for Thespian officer for the 2020-2021 school year. Over this past year, Thespians and its respective officers have done an excellent job at upholding the camaraderie and overall spirit of theater that we've come to love. I know that I can continue with all the hard work that they and previous generations of officers have done to make the club great. With this year's graduating class being as large as it is, and with Thespians being greatly composed of seniors, it is important that we induct new members. If I'm elected, I plan on achieving this goal by having more opportunities to get points, publicizing point-making opportunities, and having more frequent point-logging opportunities so you can know if you're on track to joining or maintaining membership with more accuracy. If I'm elected, I will also maintain the remind as well as integrate other methods of communication. Thank you so much. I cannot wait for the opportunity to give back to a community that's done so much for me.
What's up, fellow Thespians? It's Marian Hatch, and I'm running to be one of your Thespian troupe officers for next year. What I want to bring to the table if I'm chosen as an officer is a better sense of unity within the troupe. When I was a freshman, the senior officers were super welcoming and made me feel like a part of it all right from the get-go, and that is an experience I will never forget. I want to be able to give other people that experience, whether that be incoming freshmen or sophomores and juniors or even my fellow seniors. I think it's vitally important that we all support one another in everything we do and every role we take on. I want to strengthen our connections with one another. We are all one family, and we all have a voice, and we all belong here together. One thing I want to work on next year as a troupe is our professionalism. We all know how to have a good time and throw a party, but I think it's important that we put more stress on memorizing our lines and respecting those in charge, like our stage manager or people who run the pack. I think it's vitally important for us to learn how to be professional actors. And we need to know when to turn off the silly and to turn on the serious. If we focus and we put more stress on being professional, I think we can succeed in putting on better and bigger shows and musicals and deepening our learning and sense of the theater arts. That's all I have time for today, but I hope you'll consider me for one of your theater officers for next year. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
Hi, I'm Sam Hoffman. I'm running for Thespian officer. I feel like as a troupe, one of our greatest strengths is our sense of community. We work together in class, we work on productions outside of school or after school, and that brings us together as a cohesive group. But I feel like at meetings and other events that people stick with their friends and people in their grade, which makes sense. You want to stick by your friend. But it comes to a point that I feel like not everyone even knows a name to a face for certain people. So I feel like we could change this and make our troupe even better by doing some more icebreakers at the beginning of the year, and then also maybe doing a buddy system where each meeting you get like a new partner and then you have like a game at the beginning of the meeting, or do a surprise or something like that. It'd be some system like that, just to get more people to know each other and go out of their comfort zone a little bit. I feel like this will improve our productions and people will have more friends, so it's a win-win. Another thing that as a troupe I think we could do is go to other high school's plays in our district. This way we kind of get a sense of what's going on in our community. I know we did this with some of the musicals this year, and we could push that further with going to see some of their plays as troupe nights. This is a way for more people to get points, and that helps people get inducted and stay inducted, and it's also a good chance just to see what's going on in our community. So overall, as an officer, I would try and make the troupe feel even more cohesive than it already is, and give more opportunities for troupe nights to see what's going on in our local area for arts. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Hurtado, and I am running to be a Thespian Troupe 3543 officer. Let's get into it. Why I want to be an officer is this troupe is amazing. It's filled with loving and welcoming people who all share the same interests as you, and it's a really great community to be a part of. I think it's very strong already, and it could be even stronger in the future. One of its strengths is its ability to unify students from all realms of fine arts. Whether you're a dancer, you're in choir, you're in band, orchestra, you name it, there's probably someone in the Thespian troupe who's part of it. And it's great because you can connect with people who you may not have had the opportunity to connect with otherwise, and you can really understand what they do better. A way to uphold this is squads. It's not a new idea, but It hasn't been successfully implemented in the past, and with the correct setup, I think it could be a great way to help people bond and have a lot of fun with group hangouts and squad gifts and stuff like that. So I think it's a great idea. Another idea that could benefit us is master classes. Master classes are very helpful. They're from professionals who have worked in the professional world. They know what they're talking about, and it's really helpful to see what theater's like outside of high school. My last idea for today is volunteer work. Volunteer work really connects you to the community. We could volunteer at places like low socioeconomic level elementary schools. Both of my parents are teachers. They've worked at schools like this in the past, and they always need volunteers to help with spirit events and fundraisers, and it's hard to find volunteers for them, so we could help with that. I have many more ideas. If you would like to hear them, please feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your consideration, and remember to vote for me, Alyssa Hurtado, for a Thespian officer. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Zach Moser, and I am running for Thespian office. I strive to uphold the element that makes this club so unique, our theater family. In times like these, I realize how much a community of kind and supportive people is important to me. The first thing I propose is to provide more outside events throughout the club, partnering with theater-based and non-theater-based community organizations. I believe that this would help grow our organization and have it be more accessible. I remember my sophomore year, I had been busy with swim and school and theater, which made it hard to attend some of the limited outside events that were hosted. I plan to change that. I believe we should partner with more community organizations to help with service projects. This would not only create bonding experiences for the troupe, but it would also help those in need. I also think incorporating other clubs and school organizations would be beneficial. I and many other thespians are part of lots of school activities, choir, dragonettes, swim, NHS, etc. Incorporating dragonettes and choir into volunteer events could help broaden our impact. Another plan I intend to implement is a system to help with mental health. This trying time gives me a lot of time to think about the well-being of others. And I propose a good way to ensure the well-being of our wonderful thespians is to create an online forum that thespians are able to talk to other members or officers about tough things that are going on, or if they just feel lonely and really need to chat. I feel like this could bring us closer in a community and breed connection. Lastly, I want to create a better system for how we as officers determine jobs. When asking the Thespian officers of last year what the hardest part of being an officer was, all of them said time management. As an officer, I would seek to create a more organized system to help my peers and I distribute a fair amount of work and effort towards the club that we want to work hard to make better. This could essentially help distribute the work in an even manner, helping thespians run in a more efficient and cohesive way. I have experience with leadership. I am president of the Round Rock High School Hiking Club, which I organize and plan largely by myself. My main focus here is to help better the community and create connections in thespians beyond normal.
Hello, my name is Lillian Porter, and I am running for Thespian Troupe Officer. Now, Troupe 3543 has such an incredible sense of unity and family that I want to do my best to strengthen. One way I believe we can do this is have more troupe nights, whether that be with board games, charades, Pictionary, something interactive like that, or watching movies together, or even going out and seeing plays together that we can talk about with the troupe and during meetings, because I think it could really help to strengthen our bond, as well as create new friendships, whether that be with existing members or new people. Another idea I had for a troupe night is one night, maybe during close to Halloween or any night we really want to do it, is everyone dressing up as their favorite actor, because I think it could be really fun and a really interesting way to get to know everyone's interests and just break down some walls that some people might have. Something that I believe could help the troupe in more ways than one is hosting a night where a bunch of people perform monologues that have an overall theme to them for a small profit. Aside from benefiting the troupe financially, it could also help our actors strengthen their monologue abilities while also bringing in more people to the theater world who don't really want to sit through a whole play or a whole musical and would much rather sit through something a little shorter while also getting something out of it. A way we can advertise these monologues is posters, and using the posters we can also advertise auditions, troupe meetings, all the stuff like that. and I think it could just overall be a really good experience for us. That's all I have. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon.
Hello, my name is Joshua Simons, and I'm running to be one of your 2020-2021 officers. These past couple years, I've come to know so much kindness and so much opportunity from everyone. And as my senior year approaches, my time to give back is running out. But what can I even do to enhance our next year? Well, I'd like to introduce miniature workshops available to all students and to be taught by our students. These would feature lessons such as tying ties or learning how to do your own gorilla makeup. I also have plans for a carpool system to be after rehearsals, after troupe meetings, or to and from troupe-related events in general. For those of us who have a more difficult time getting rides, and if you're like me, you have a difficult time asking for rides, especially if it's last minute, this carpool system is designed to take that away and make it more efficient. I also have ideas and plans for ways to enhance troupe meetings, create connections, and even a new type of troupe night. But it's not just about the new ideas, it's about recognizing the troupe's current strengths and maintaining them. Social media, newsletter, Remind, one of the major improvements our troupe officers have made this past year. Finding ways to enhance the things that are already there instead of just overhauling everything. No need to fix what isn't broken. The tutoring system, which was introduced a little bit late and ended up being a bit rough around the edges. That and service projects and more volunteer opportunities are things I would like to invest in. And our officers did a lot this past year, and they're definitely leaving it better than they got it. So I'd like to appreciate them, because it's never too late to butter someone up. I would like to share the theater family that I have come to know with everyone. Whether you've been here a while or you're brand spanking new, our troupe is a family, and ultimately, that's what I want to encourage. My name is Joshua Simons, and Simon says, stay safe, stay healthy, and vote for me. Thank you.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Sophia Sitran. Troupe has been really wacky lately because of Corona, but we've still gotten to do cool things like the play reading on the 18th. I think in the coming year, more troupe nights like these, with play readings of modern and original works, as well as workshops that are student-led, would be really cool, and would also give students an opportunity to interact with troupe at a relatively low time commitment. Another way we can do this is more passive service projects, like the canned food and hygiene drive that we did this year. These donation-oriented projects give students like us with really busy schedules a way to still gain troupe points and help out in the community. We can do more, like donating cards and cakes to the elderly, school supplies to elementary schoolers, and blankets to the local children's home. We can also continue to do the service projects that we have been doing. I've gotten to be at every service project this year, so I have a pretty good understanding for the way that they're all run. Communication within our troupe has been really good this year, and I want to keep up things like the Remind 101, emails, websites, and social medias that connect us all and create the community that we have. But we can also increase communication with our middle schoolers. For example, we had our mini camp this year, and it didn't have a major turnout, mostly because a lot of them didn't know it was happening. It was for incoming freshmen, and the middle schools just didn't know about it. So whether we need to send more emails out to them or actually visit the schools, higher communication with our middle schoolers will increase attendance at these events, but also at all of our shows, and give these middle schoolers an opportunity to see what the troupe is like and prepare for our troupe's future. Ford's is also going to get remodeled, and we're going to need a new call board to build as well. And next year, we can improve upon the tutoring system that we tried to start this year before Miss Corona got involved. I love theater, and I love our troupe, and I love people, and I'm willing to work really hard to make this troupe the best that it can be. At the end of the day, I just want to give back to the troupe that has done so much for me. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Sydney Swain. I am a current junior and I'm running to be an officer for your next year. Something I've noticed our troupe has gotten really good at is communication. We've used our Instagram and Remind a lot more this year, which has kept people involved in our troupe and consistently coming to events. However, something I think we could use more is our Snapchat as a way to just send little updates of what's going on during shows or everything else that we do as a troupe. I think we could also update the call board more frequently so that people who for some reason don't have accessibility to Remind or social media could also know what's going on in our troupe. I think also something we've done this year better than in the past was outreach to the middle schools. So we did a boot camp at the beginning of the semester, and I think if we did one of these each semester, more kids would be able to come to these events, which would allow for bonding opportunities with the 8th graders before they come into high school, so they feel part of the troupe right before they come in. Speaking of bonding, I feel like we could add more bonding opportunities outside of shows. I know as a freshman, I was really hesitant to come to events and things because I didn't have a lot of friends until after Guys and Dolls. So I think if we did squads earlier in the year, that would create relationships before shows happened, really, and also more parties so that people could just hang out and get to know each other. I also would like to do more service opportunities in our community that are like more hands-on. I know we do a lot of can drives and things like that, but just improving that. Lastly, I have an idea for points. So every month, if you wear your troop shirt to the meeting, you would be entered into a raffle, and whoever's name was drawn would get a point towards being inducted or continuing their membership in the troupe. This would just be an easier way for kids who can't always come to every event to have a potential opportunity to get an extra point. So yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you consider me for your officer.
Hi, if you don't know my name already, I'm Ethan Wenthe. I'm going to quickly just run through some ideas I have that could be implemented into the troupe this upcoming year. And they're mainly focused on the troupe meetings because that's where I feel like the biggest impact can be made, because that is where so much of the troupe is meeting together at regular intervals. The main idea I have for this is to combine the announcements into a game. This would look like if we take the improv game House Party, for example. The host would be someone who feels like they know the events somewhat well, and then we would then choose 4 people from the audience and each give them a character and a note card. And on that note card would be an upcoming event that they have to explain and portray to the audience without actually saying the name of the event. You can use the date or the time or what's going on in that event, and you can pretend like it's something that's just happened to you or something you're going to in the future. And the second idea I have would be themed meetings. The main purpose of this would be to break up the rhythm of every meeting feeling the same and giving each meeting or every other meeting its own unique feel and make it more memorable. For example, the October meeting could be Halloween themed. We could put on some music, dim the lights, decorate the meeting place, put something on the projector perhaps, dress up, hand out candy, just kind of set the mood. We could do this as well in December, February, and April. Not too many so we don't overload everybody, but just enough to kind of break up a rhythm. Just quickly, I have experience in organizing events and leading events as well. I was a senior patrol leader in my Boy Scout troop, which just kind of gives you those kind of experiences. Thanks for watching.